So you may have just picked up your Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller, and you might be trying to figure out exactly how to use this controller. Now luckily for you, it's a pretty basic process and it really doesn't take too much time at all. Starting off with the outside, you have your standard buttons at the top. So you have your D-pad, you have your ABXY buttons, you have your home button, little screenshot button, game chat button, plus minus button, as well as your joysticks. Now this controller feels a lot better than the Switch 1 Pro controller. This one feels so much more premium, and this is a really good controller. On the sides, you just have your standard types of areas you can hold your controller in. At the top, you have a few things to keep in mind. Very, very important stuff. You have your trigger buttons. So you have these standard ones that basically come, just right in the box. You have a little indicator light. This indicator light will basically start blinking back and forth when your controller is turning on and trying to discover the consoles. So if you see that light, that basically means that the controller is turning on, but if it's blinking back and forth, that means it hasn't synced up to a console yet. If it is a solid color, then that basically means that that controller is connected to a particular console. There's also a headphone jack at the very bottom. This allows you to go through and basically, connect to some sort of like game chat type of feature if you want to have a microphone. You also have your sync button at the very top. So you can click on this button if you want to power on the controller, put it into searching mode. And then you also have your USB Type-C charger here, as well as a little indicator right there. On the back side, you have a few things. You have your trigger button right here, and you have another button right here. So these are really cool because in some games, I don't know which games yet, but in some games, they're going to allow you to use these particular buttons on the side. So you can hold the controller like this and play these games, and you can also click on those buttons if you need to for certain other actions. So if you don't want to click on these ones, you can click on those ones. And if you want to sync it up with some sort of emulator, you can also map these buttons to other types of buttons as well, which is really cool. Now to sync it up with a Nintendo Switch 2, it's pretty basic. So let's go and first make our way over into our Nintendo Switch 2 menu. So when you do that, you'll basically come into this type of page. So to sync up your Nintendo Switch 2 controller, your Pro controller, with your Nintendo Switch 2, it's pretty basic. All you're going to want to do here is basically make your way over to this Joy-Con settings panel right here in your controller. So tap on that particular controller, and then when you come into this next page, you'll be able to see this change grip order option right here. So tap on change grip order, and then this page is basically going to come up. Now, all you're going to have to do here is usually just power on the controller by holding down this button right here. So if you go and hold it down and you get into sync mode, it should automatically discover in the Switch 2. Sometimes if it doesn't automatically discover, you're going to have to click on both triggers right here. And then after that, your controller is basically going to be synced up to your Switch. So now all the buttons will work normally, just like your Nintendo Switch 2. So you can see you can move it around and everything like that. And that's essentially how you do it. Big things to keep in mind. Number one, make sure your controller is pretty much always charged. I would recommend charging it as often as you can. These things have pretty good battery life, but better safe than sorry. And keep good care of it. Don't spill water on it. Don't do anything like that. I think these controllers can still get Joy-Con drift and joystick drift, so that's very unfortunate, but that's essentially how you use the Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video.